Yo, yo, yo. What's good? What's good? It's Stormybman, and I am back. Welcoming you to the post-fight show with Stormybman for this Saturday, October 7th, 2023. And this is the post-fight show for Wood versus Warrington. The fight just ended. I had originally said last night I didn't think I was going to do a post-fight for this card, but listen, man, when you like boxing, like I like boxing, you get a little excited when boxing delivers the type of action that you like to see. And the fight ended early. It was a stellar 7th round KO by Lee Wood. He knocked Josh Warrington out, people, with a devastating combination punch of a right hook, left hook, because Lee Wood is a southpaw. Man, it was exciting. He totally separated Warrington from his senses. It was a tremendous comeback performance by Lee Wood because he was being, I won't say outclassed, but he was being beaten to the body by Warrington, and he was being debilitated by the body shots. And I knew that Warrington would bring the roughhousing tactics to the fight. I talked about it in my pre-fight video breakdown, but I also said that this would be like a UK Gotti versus Ward, because the two men come from backgrounds where stateside, where they are well respected by their fans over there in the UK. And it was similar to a rivalry of two football teams, you know, from a certain region clashing for the glory. And I had a feeling it was going to be this type of affair, which is why I wanted to cover it. It's why I did a video about it. I didn't see a lot of other brothers out there doing videos on these fights, and some fighters that perform and face one another on the Dazn broadcasting app. A lot of people don't tune in to that because, you know, they ridicule. But let me tell you something. I like the sport of boxing. I love the sport of boxing. The only thing I don't go for is pretty much those guys who are trying to make a name in the sport of boxing, who are not true fighters, like the KSIs and the Paul brothers and those guys. They're not real fighters to me. I will never watch their matches. I don't care about them, but I care about these men who are real world-class fighters. And let me just take my hat off to Leigh Wood, who has shown resolve, who has shown character, who has shown the ability to come back from the brink and pull victory from the jaw of defeat. You have to pay attention to these personality characteristics in these fighters, because it makes a difference at the end of the day when they face opposition, when they face trial. The fact that these men show resolve and enough character to be able to turn things around, which is called the ebb and flow, which is called, you know, coming back. You know, he's done it a few times in his career now, and it shows that experience is there. He didn't get too high. He didn't get too low about it. Even in victory, he was very confident, but he wasn't over celebrating. He just knew that he was a capable fighter. And man, I love this. Leigh Wood has come a long way. The young man is really doing things. And as the WBA featherweight champion, he is showing how to get it done. Much respect to Leigh Wood for his performance. Let me go to the chat and see who we got in the building this afternoon. We got a big card coming up later this evening where Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez is going to be taking on Joe Smith Jr., two light heavyweights that are fighting at a cruiserweight catch weight of 191 pounds. They weren't supposed to go over 192, I believe. So these two fat light heavies are facing off this evening, and that'll be the second post-fight show when that wraps up that Stormy will do this evening. So, you know, be on the lookout for that. It'll be broadcast on DAZN. It's a Golden Boy promotion, but it will be broadcast on DAZN. Let's see who we got in the building, man. Welcome, everybody. Please smash the like button as you come in, and let's talk about this great fight that just transpired over in the UK. We got Angel Diaz out there saying, good evening, Stormy in chat. Good evening to you. Shower is in the building with those channel emojis. I appreciate you with that, Shower. You know how I like to see the channel emojis come out. She says, it's Stormy B, man. Peace and blessings into the chat. Yeah. Gregory X, what's good with you, man? You still over there in the land of the rising sun, the motherland? What's going on with you, Gregory? Ain't seen you in a minute. Main Event Mark is in the house. How you doing, Main Event Mark? What's happening, brother? Did you go back and check out that video? You know, once I sent that link out for you, man, did you go and check that out? Tay Tay is in the building. I see you out there, Queen. Let me help you out here, Tay Tay. I know we had a situation with your other account, so I'm giving you a wrench over here, as you've had one on my channel for a minute. So allow me to take care of that for you. Okay, okay, Tay, you all good now, sister? Good to see you out there with those flames, huh? Meaning it's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. Yeah! Yeah, Mind of Massa Musa is in the building saying salute Sensei 100. What's good with you? He who greets with fire. Coming in after a long time, he who greets with fire. Where you been, man? He says, damn, it's over. It sure is. Courtesy a combo. Right, left, hooks on the behalf of Laywood. Great knockout, man. Great knockout. Angel Diaz says, yes, sir. Knocked him out. Cold. Very, very nice combination, he says. Universal Truth is back with us in the building saying salute. Sylvester's out there saying, Stormybman, what's going on? Sylvester, now you see, that's the UK kind of fighting that I like to see right there. When Laywood performed like he did, he done took out Mike Conlon. He done took out Josh Warrington. Woo, you better watch out. Laywood is a bad man. All the fish in the UKC is not bad. It is not all bad. See, there you go. You just have to hold on. You understand? TD Sports Talk is out there. What's good? He says, what's good, Stormy? Salute, bro. Salute to you. Yeah. Yahweh is in the building. He says, Sensei, hashtag LDBC or nothing. Angel Diaz says, big heart. Hen Dog is back saying, it was a good scrap. It was a darn good fight, brother. Darn good fight. Mental Bahotep is in the building saying, salute Stormy B, man, my brother. Salute to you, man. What's happening? What's happening? Angel Diaz is saluting. Shower is out there laughing. And Mangus Allen is in the building saying, what's up, man? What's up with you, brother? What's up with you? Man, I'm telling you, when we see these kind of fights, I just get all excited because that's the kind of boxing. That's the kind of boxing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you want to see. And they be putting on these cards and fights that really don't have the same type of viewing value. But here we saw some good stuff. It's a lot of people flashing through here. Please smash the like button as you come through, man, and show some support for the post-fight show. You know, I don't do this just because, you know, I ain't got nothing better to do. I do it because I enjoy talking about the sport. I enjoy covering the sport, the fighters, the action, and I enjoy the interaction with you all. So that's the least you can do is show a little bit of love by hitting my like button, huh? Hitting my like button. I think I may end up going back to my subscribers only type of chat involvement because we have so many people that come through and they don't want to even show the true love and support. I wish I could just, you know, YouTube doesn't make it that way, but you know, in order to view, you know, you have to be able to either hit a thumbs up or a thumbs down. So, you know what I mean? Because you got people that be doing those drive-bys, huh? The drive-bys. So, I see that. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Hendog says, that combo is basic, but very deadly. He never seen it coming. See, that was the result of too much of the concentrated body work on the inside and not having more variety. If you have more variety, what will happen is he won't be able to time you. But Wood was in a position to land that combo because Warrington got very comfortable with being on that inside. His roughhouse tactics, his hitting behind the head, hitting below the belt. I knew the elbows and the shoulders were going to be coming in and being involved as well. And all of that was a part of what he was doing. But man, Laywood stayed the course. He stood strong. He stayed behind his jab. And he was looking to catch Warrington coming in. He was very formidable with what he was doing in there. But it was a point where Warrington hit him with a shot kind of high on the temple, and his legs did a buckle. But he gathered himself and he came on back and he was able to do some damage, man. I love that. It was, when fights end like that, I call it like the walk-off home run type of victory. When they say it ain't over till it's over, man, that right-left combo from Leigh Wood on Warrington's chin. And Warrington has a pretty decent chin. He's not like a guy that gets knocked out a lot, even though he has been stopped before. But when you get hit like that, man, you have to give credit to the fighter that's throwing the punches. That was something that was great highlight reel material right there. It was amazing, and I enjoyed every moment of it. Roja in the building saying, Dazn landed the same combo on Joyce. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. With the exception of Dazn was throwing lead lefts and followed up with a right hook. In this instance, Leigh Wood threw the right hook and came back with the right hook, caught him, and it was on the button, so he was already shook from that. But the follow-up left hook on the chin put him down. And when he did that little, that little wobble, like when they do that teeter like that, it's over. And he did that, Warrington. His body was like some kind of EMP went off in his electrical system, and he just kind of stopped. And then when he fell back and his arms was on the canvas like that, and he opened his mouth and closed his eyes, I was like, this is over. Now, he did get up inside the count, but he was no more good. He was freaking finished. He didn't even acknowledge the ref. He got up and started walking back to his corner, wobbly and everything. He walked back to the corner like, if y'all don't get me the hell up out of here. I was like, woo, man. And I love how cool and calm that Leigh Wood was. He just raised his hands up like Ali does and looked over at him and was like, that's all, folks. That's it. It was great, man. It was great. Hendog said he clinched when he hit Wood. He should have hit him with a jab after he buckled. Man, no. Hendog, he buckled because he was short-circuited, like I said. The EMP went off. His electrical system was fried at that moment. There was no circuitry to deliver any messages from the brain to the fist to jab. He was done. He was done. Huh? Yeah, Angel Diaz says that was a great fight. Great finishing, like a grand slam. Exactly, Angel. That's exactly what it was like, man. And you know what? Those can come out of anywhere. It's just like a few months ago when Ramla Ali got knocked out against that woman she was fighting. Man, that punch came out of Ramla was hurt, and then she got rocked and she got put on her back. She was trying to think about getting up, but the body was like, we ain't going nowhere until they turn the lights out in this place. Yeah. Universal Truth says, I thought they were going to give Warrington the minute to recover. No, man, they wasn't going to do that. But he went into the safe graces of his corner because he was over there in familiar territory. The ref was still counting as he was walking, but the ref knew, you know what? That's it, y'all. Yeah, he's done. Take him home. Take him home. Shower says, on target. Yep. William Old School is back saying, salute Stormy B, man. Peace, my brother. Just got home from work. Hey, William, if you didn't see the fight, man, you missed a pretty darn good ending to a battle, huh? Leigh Wood and Josh Warrington, man. A fight, like I said, could be similar to like a Ward Gotti type of deal. That first Ward Gotti fight, that's exactly what these men delivered. It was action-packed. There was a lot of thumping and bumping. And then there was an abrupt ending, like someone, when you're in a party and the music is going and somebody take that needle off the record and it goes like that. That's exactly what happened here, man. Somebody pulled the needle off the record and Josh Warrington had his last dance. Woo! Yeah! Man, I enjoy this stuff, man. I'm telling you, man. It ain't nothing like boxing, bro. It ain't nothing like boxing. Now imagine if the bull crap that goes on in the sport, the ducking, the lying, and when I say the lying, I'm talking like Ed Hearn trying to act like they want to make a fight with Deontay Wilder, with AJ and stuff. If they just made the fights and let us see the fights and who wins and stuff like, and we just move forward and just keep on going, boxing would get back to being the #1 sport. There was a time when boxing was the #1 sport. It's just that these men of today, they have such a crude desire for the dollar that they want it at any expense and cost, but no risk of what they bring to the sport. Whether it's an individual that has good talent, or whether it's someone that's popular that people love, or whether it's somebody that nobody knows and they're just trying to angle to get a foot in the door, all of that foolishness. If we could get rid of half of it and get better judging and officiating, this sport will shoot back to #1 in no time. No time flat. Yeah. Angel Diaz says, yes, sir. Albert Doherty is in the building. What's going on? He says, salute Stormybman. Thomas says, at William, salute. Nice win for LSU. Who else we got in here? We got some more people popped in the building. Universal was laughing. Thomas says, oh, okay, I see that. Shower says, that's funny because for a minute, Lay looked like he didn't want to be there. No, he was trying to get himself. Shower, some of these fighters, you like me, I can read fighters very well. When you hurt, when you need to take a break, when you are trying to recover, you have to have a certain kind of poker face disposition. But the disposition shouldn't always be like, okay, I'm good. But if you do something to make the other guy think like, that's kind of weird, then that buys you the time that you need. But Leigh Wood was shook up a couple of times himself in this fight. And the body punches were starting to really wear on him tremendously. And he was able to overcome that. That's what I spoke of a little while ago. So, yeah. Mind of Mansa Musa says, yes, he knew he was done. Let's see who else we got. Angel says, Stormy, you are correct, 100. William says, I missed everything, Stormy B, man. Hey, well, go back and catch the replay, man. It's on Dazn, so if you got Dazn, you can run it back and watch it over, man. That's what it's all about, man. Watch it before the next card starts. Yeah. Shower says, 7th round, TKO. No, that was a KO, Shower. It was a KO. It was rough for Lee, but he got that payback. Counter Local Sports is in the building saying salute to all. Hashtag LDBC. What's going on with you, Counter Local? I was listening to you a little bit before these fights got going good. Your live stream you was doing. A little boxing talk. I heard you out there. What else we got? Angel Diaz says, AJ will never fight Deontay. No, he won't. He said Wilder will knock him out in less than 3. He says, it is the best sport. Yes, the most exciting. That's what I feel, man. I love boxing, bro. I love that sport. You guys are talking about football, I guess. Angel says, Mr. Silas told me exactly what you said. How you figure this out so easily? What are you saying, Angel? He told you what that I said? What did he tell you? Hey, man, listen. Boxing runs through my veins, brother. It runs through my veins. Some people might not like my delivery or whatever, but I am never dumb when it comes down to the pugilist arts. Believe me, never. But I'd like to know what Mr. Silas told you, Angel. Shower says, yes, it was a KO, OG, but they called it and it's been marked as a TKO. I know, but that's why I say what I say, Shower, because see, that's what confuses people when they say stuff like that. When you saw Josh Warrington on that canvas, you knew that fight was over. That's a freaking KO. You understand? TKO gives an indication of maybe they had to stop it or whatever. But he was in absolutely no condition to finish fighting, was he? And the referee didn't wave it off. The referee was still counting when he walked back to his corner. And then that's when they waved it off from over there because he was unfit to continue. So in a way, once again, as I suggested a moment ago about poor officiating, the ref didn't even know what the hell he was looking at. Why are you looking at this man walking away from you instead of just ruling it a knockout by waving like, no, you're done. It's over. You let the man moonwalk all the way back over to the corner on the other side of the ring when they looked like the alarm clock rang to get him up out of bed for work this morning, and he didn't have his bearings, huh? Foolishness. This is why I say the things that I say. I'm always talking about the poor officiating judges, huh? And how sometimes they let too much riffraff interfere with the sport. Yeah. Angel says he told me Spence would lose. Oh, okay. Okay, Ravens Nation is out there. He says, salute, Sensei. Salute right back at you. Thomas says, nah, your delivery is perfect. I think you break down fights better than anyone on YouTube. Well, I don't know about that, but I have my way, and my way is usually pretty solid, bro. It's pretty solid. You know what I mean? Practiced against years of observation and taking in what I've learned, you know what I mean? And incorporating what I've learned into what my assessments are of what I'm witnessing. Yeah, that's important. Angel says, yes, sir, I'm not going in against any of your predictions ever. Well, it's not like that because I'm never 100%. But I'm pretty high percentage on understanding what we can look out for and what to look out for. Because that's all you can do. You know what I mean? You can look at the sky and see it's a little gray. And you can say, I got umbrellas in the house. Let me put one in my bag or in my car as I go, just in case, huh? But you can look at that same gray sky and go on out there, and you got to be somewhere where you're going to be outside, and the storm comes, and you soaking wet, and then you're saying to yourself, I knew I should have brought my umbrella. Now, which one would you rather be? Huh? See, that's what I'm talking about. When you understand that you have a toolbox full of information that you can bring with you, or you could say, I don't think I'm going to need this today, and walk outside and life smacks you in the face. That's what it's all about when Stormybman is doing his thing. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. So, yeah. Shower says, yes, sir, nothing technical about it. He got gold cocked. Yeah, sure did. Angel says you're correct, 100. And he says you got to take care of your fighter. That's another thing he told me. Yes. Yes. I say this all the time, bro. I say it all the time. Now, I'm going to tell you, that knockout came out of nowhere because Warrington looked to have the advantages. He was putting in quality work and everything, but he got caught, as has many fighters. He got caught, and that was it. The fight was over in that instance. But I tell you, when you look at Leigh Wood and how he has fought recently, he's had some darn good victories, man. His unanimous decision in his last fight in May of this year against Mauricio Lara, which was a rematch. His KO victory over Mike Conlan last year in March of last year. He knocked out Kanzu, that guy, and I think that was like a 1-round knockout when he knocked out Kanzu. And then if you look at the other guys, he had been beating guys pretty soundly. So at the age of 35, Leigh Wood is really doing his thing at featherweight, man. You got to give him his credit. If we could just find him a better barber, he'll be all the way okay. Because that little, swirl of hair he got on the top of his head, man, I ain't a fan of that stuff. I don't know what that's all about, man. But a darn good fight. A darn good fight. My goodness. Look at it. It says we got over 80 views now, but still only 29 likes. 29 likes. Come on, man. Can we get this up to at least 50 likes? You mean to tell me only 30 people can like this content, but damn near 100 folks have come by to hear what I've had to say about this? This can be, and this is no bias conversation on I'm speaking on exactly what happened. I'm speaking on bigging up these men who fought over there on an app that a lot of guys over here don't like to watch, and I'm giving it to you straight, and I still can't get the type of support properly that somebody say. But see, these same folks that's out here ear slutting like that, they'll go back and they want to talk about us alphabet community and all of that foolishness, but I'm coming out here giving you straight boxing coverage, and you assholes will listen, but you won't support. Fuck you. From the bottom of my heart. I'm more than 35 minutes into my show. So if the YouTube, Google, I've gotten past their time capsule on when you should hold things in check. I couldn't hold it in check any longer. So fuck y'all. Huh? You coming around here. Get my views up even more, god damn it. Absolutely. Thomas says Leigh Wood looks like the greatest American hero. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. Yeah, I remember that TV show, man. He does look, he got that little curly thing. He just cut the sides and the back of it off. But that, I don't know what you call that, man. Like the poodle style. I don't know, man. What the hell is that, man? I don't know what that is. Hey, Stormy, Shower called him broccoli. Mentor says they call him broccoli. Yeah, that's that's crazy, ain't it, man? What is that, man? What is that? If y'all start cutting your hair like that over here in America, man, it's really over. I'm telling you. I don't even know how that's popular over there, but it is, because I've seen more than a couple of UK guys with that haircut, man. Y'all need some barbers. Hey, now that's what some brothers can do. You know, you get your barber's license and you go over to the UK, man, you're going to become a millionaire. Yes, sir. And first clients ought to be Lee Wood, Dillian White, and Anthony Joshua. That's the first clients y'all should get over there. And you charge them extra because they got the money to pay for it. You know what I mean? Salute to Lars D out there. He says, Lee Woods has a dead cat on top of his head, Stormy, bro. Angel Diaz says, just hit the button. Oh, wow, how much easier it can be. Yeah, that's it, man. I've seen them hitting the button and thumbing up a lot less garbage out there on the YouTube airwaves, right? They give all that stuff support. It go viral. As soon as you open your YouTube, it's right at the top of the page of algorithms because they liking it so much. But they come by and they listen to see what Stormy got to say, and then they go somewhere else and talk about you. Talk about you. Yeah, you know, they say they little comments and everything. But you know what? I'm here and I'm going to be here for as long as he who puts us here allows me to be here. You ain't running me nowhere. You ain't. Hen Dog says, facts, OG. Kinda Local Sports says, facts. Just Do Boxing is in the building. He says, salute, OG. Respect to the chat family. Yes, sir. Good to see you. Just Do. Just Do Boxing says, thank you, Laywood. Great KO, wasn't it? Damn good fight too, because they were thumping in there. That was not a boring boxing match because it was a war of attrition. You had two men battling against one another who were trying to impose their will. Like I said, it was like one of those football games that take place over there in the UK. Football being soccer for them, like one of two regional teams going at it that really looking to put the other team under their boot. And that's how they fought. And those kind of fights are exciting, always. And I remember in between one of the rounds, the commentators were talking, and I think they asked Tony Bellew or somebody, they was like, do you see this fight going the distance? And he said, no, this fight ain't going to go the distance. And sure enough, 2 rounds later, Lay Wood say, hey, man, my car is, the meter on my parked car is expiring. Let me get this fight over with. Yeah, man. Shower says, y'all hating on my guy. It's a poodle / broccoli top. Just Do Boxing says, oh, Brussels sprout head ass. Yeah, buddy. Lars D say that's some effed up haircut. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Shower says, y'all just jealous. Kinda Local says they love to support gossip instead of great content. Listen, man, Kinda Local, it's just like, usually when I'm listening to you, I'm doing something at the same time. That's why I can't always write in the chat. But I'll be listening, and you know what? I hit your like button and everything because boxing talk is just that. It's like, man, we ain't about that drama. We're about covering this sport. Look at me. I'm talking about this. How many other guys are live right now talking about this as a post-fight? Not a lot. When it serves a purpose of clickbait and stuff like that, oh yeah, they'll dive in immediately. But see, this is the thing I want to say about that too, Kinda Loco. It's big channels, far bigger than me. I'm only nearing 5,000 subs, but it's big channels, over 3 to to 10 times the subs I got, they watch. But they will never write in my chat and say, salute Stormy B, man. Good job of what you're doing. I support what you do, and keep it moving. You know why? Because that's that crab in the barrel syndrome type of a deal. If I show some like for that, then, you know, that I'm stooping down. No, brother, I'm coming up. You understand? It's a difference. And as you look from the vantage point of which you may seat, you may be looking down, but don't think that you can't be brought down. Yeah! And still I rise. Yeah. That's why my In the Eye of the Storm has covered channels that are very small, as well as channels that are big and channels that are middle of the road. Because you know what? We all do the same thing. We produce content. That's what that's about. You see? When I open my eyes and I survey the landscape, I see a community of artists who do their thing. I don't look high and low and down and under and all of that foolishness. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just Do says at Cono Loco, that's all facts. That's why content creators like us got to keep pushing real content for real. Absolutely. Cono says facts. Mangus Allen says, all I know is my friend paid me my money from the Shadow fight. Hey, well, that's good, man. You got your money, man. You probably had to wait a little bit, but at least you got your money, man. At least you got your money. Shower says, as soon as you enter a live, you should hit the like button. Sad part is they are recurring viewers. You damn queens got your panties in a bunch. Yep, that is true, Shower. You know it. And some of them, they'll go like with you to another channel where you support someone else, and they'll be over there interacting in the chat. But they won't show that they've been over here. TD Thomas says, YouTube should implement pressing the like button on lives in order for you to comment. No, they should implement whether you thumb up or thumb down, not just the thumb up, because then that's being biased, right? That you can only like my content to watch it, but you reserve the right to watch the content, but you have to give a vote of yes or no, and that's okay. I'm accepting of that. But just to be able to watch the content and not show one or the other, because even if I had 100 thumbs down but 50 thumbs up, why are you watching? You see how you can turn that on its end? It makes sense what I say. You mean to tell me that over 60 something people have tuned in to watch this, and out of all those 60, none of them like what they tuned in to watch? None of them. That's bullshit. Queen 71 is in the building. What's good with you? Jay Gibson says the like button is free. Queen says, what's good, everybody? The fight was crazy. I bet on Wood for a minute. I thought he was done. It ain't over till it's over. Right, Queen? I'm glad that you got your money, because that was a good fight. A damn good fight, which is why I did a pre-fight video breakdown. It's like I didn't see a lot of pre-fight video breakdowns on Wood versus Warrington. I talk about these fights. I talk about the fighters. I talk about what's on the horizon, what's happening. And it's people that don't even think about these guys. If they name ain't Shakur Stevenson, Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence, or Tank Davis, or Devin Haney, or Canelo, Benavidez. Those aren't the only fighters in the sport of boxing. Ring Dragon TV is in the building saying, what up, Stormy? What's good with you? Lars D says, don't matter where I go, even if I don't like the channel, I always smash the like button because I appreciate content creators. I feel you, Lars D. I feel you. And I don't go to those who don't support me openly and closed behind the scenes because, let me tell you something, I didn't come out here making enemies. But people became enemies based on their choices on life. You understand? Because I recognize what we do. I called us artists, didn't I? But it's people out here who were producing content way before I began, and they don't like me because of my presentation or my affiliation, which is dumb. That's absolutely insane. And even as I started to talk about this, the views have gone up and up and up, but not my likes. Interesting, because I can see the graphic right in front of me, how the show is charting. The chart is going up, a little dip up, a little dip up, a little dip up, but even higher on an ascension, not a drop. Yeah. Queen says, I pick wood based on your breakdown, Stormy. Okay. Well, that's cool. That's cool. When I talked about this fight, I talked about the fact that I noticed that Wood had the better opposition over his last 5 or 6 fights. A lot of times that can make a great difference in a fight. And when you talk about having fought Mauricio Lara twice, being stopped himself in the first fight and winning the rematch, and prior to that beating Michael Conlon by KO, Kanzu by KO, and Reese Mould by KO, when you think about that, that's pretty strong. Now, on Warrington's side, his last fight was Luis Alberto Lopez, which he lost a majority decision, but he was headbutting the hell out of him. He had a TKO over Kiko Martinez, a technical decision over Mauricio Lara, which again with the headbutts, and he was KO'd by Lara in a previous fight. So when you think about that, he has had a rougher go and more of kind of in and out. Whereas Wood has been better and better and better. And that's what I saw between these guys. And BoxRec has it incorrect as Wood as a orthodox fighter, but he's a southpaw. Yeah. No, I don't think that Wood was losing the fight, Loss D. I think the fight was very close. There were a lot of swing rounds between the men, but there were a couple of definitive rounds for Josh Warrington because of that body work. I think that it was the the third round that was real definitive for Warrington. He really wailed on Wood pretty good in that third round. Was doing very well. But you got to be able to land certain types of punches, you know, outside of just the body work. Hendog says, this reminded me of Gotti versus Ward 2.0. Well, I won't say 2.0, but I will say, Hendog, if you ask Queen 71, who admitted that she had watched my pre-fight video breakdown, what did I say in that video? I said that this fight could be a lot like Gotti versus Ward, just from the UK and at a smaller division. Because of these men, what they brought to the ring, that whole thing about the region, where they're from, all of those intangibles that the casual observer who's not from the UK wouldn't pay attention to. They just want to see the match. But again, over there, it means something. These are two men who have a following, you know, a regional following behind them. That makes a difference. It actually adds drama to the fight. Leigh Wood comes from what is he from? Nottinghamshire, whatever. Lars D could probably pronounce that better than I can. And Warrington is from Leeds, Yorkshire. So those are two different areas. They have different types of fan base support, and there's a lot of pride behind what they do. So, you know, that makes a lot of difference right there. Salute to Healer, the teacher in the building. What's good with you, Healer? Good to see you. Yeah. But let me talk about the co-main event that took place between Cecilia Brækhus challenging Terry Harper for Harper's WBA super welterweight title, and there was a vacant WBO super welterweight title on the line for these two women fighters. Now, Terry Harper, she's definitely a fighter who has shown some ups and downs in her career. And this was going to be a test for her because Cecilia Brækhus has been around for a long time, you know, and as they mentioned going into this fight, that Brækhus was going to be the most experienced fighter that Harper has faced, because Harper has only had 17 fights. And she was stopped once by Alicia Baumgartner a couple of years ago. But when you talk about Brækhus, who is actually 42 years of age now, the Norwegian fighter, she's campaigned for a while, but her record is 37-2 with one draw. Today was the draw, with 9 KOs. But Brækhus is a big time fighter, man. She's been in there with some quality fighters, with the likes of Jessica McCaskill and Kylie Reese. She's fought Michaela Lauren. A lot of fighters. Ivana Habazin, Mia St. John. You know, she's been in there with some good fighters. You know, and she's been around to tell this story. So going in there against Harper today, they fought the type of fight that no one was able to take control of the fight. They were very even. A lot of rounds were not definitive. And I even scored, and I don't like to give even rounds, but I scored the first round, an even round, because neither fighter did enough to take anything away from the other. But as I continued to watch the fight go on, I was hard pressed to pick who's winning these rounds. And I was giving certain rounds to Harper for utilizing more punch variety. But Breakers was right in her grill the entire time. And in my pre-fight video, I talked about if Breakers can kind of break form and go after Harper in an aggressive sense, similar to like what McCaskill does, she would put Harper in a bad position, but she didn't do that. And even though her trainer, Jonathan Banks, Breakers' trainer is Jonathan Banks, he was trying to tell her to, mix it up a little bit. She's trying to set you up for left hooks and everything, but you need to switch it up. When you step in behind your jab and then step out or step around. He was trying to give her the advisement of having a little more variety and not looking so rehearsed in how her attack was. And the judges basically saw it as a majority decision draw at the end of the day. So they may face off again, which is unfortunate because we need a definitive winner from this fight. But hey, this is what can happen. This is what can happen. But I give Breakers a lot of credit because she came in, she looked like she was in good shape. You know what I mean? And Harper came in and was very cautious. I don't know if she thought that Breakers might have the type of power that could take her out or something. But Harper needed to let her hands go a little more. Now, if they're talking about a rematch between these two ladies, somebody is going to have to step up and face the music of being an active fighter. You just got to throw more punches than what was thrown, and they've got to score. They've got to have impact. They've got to be clean and effective. Yeah, that's what that's got to be. My man Watcher is out there. He says, hit him so hard he thought the round was over. Laws D says, it's not just boxing, it's a football thing between the fans as well. That's what I said, Laws. And see, I don't know all of the details because I'm not over there like that. But I'm aware of how important that region thing is, especially from the footballers as well as the professional fighters. So that's why I spoke a little of it, because I'm aware of that. And that's what really makes for rivalry and intense rivalry. You know what I mean? That's why I said the casual boxing observers, they don't understand those things to those depths. But I do understand it, and that's why when I give my breakdowns, because I am aware of those depths, I can talk about it like that. Yeah, Queen says, true. It wasn't a robbery like old Eddie was claiming. Yeah, Hearn, his fighter is Terry Harper. But the promoters are always doing, that kind of thing. That's why they need to stay out of it like that. Stay out of the politicking. Just promote the fights, man. And stop. I wish they would stop putting other fighters down. Just because that's not your fighter, you want to put them down. But if they were fighting under your promotional banner, you would be swearing that they're the best that, since time. If you build up the rivalries properly, then people will tune in because they say, well, he's saying both guys are good. Both guys are, going to kick each other butts or whatever. And that's what make people tune in. But if you're always just stroking one fighter's plate of accomplishments and act like the other person is nobody, then why should people care? And then you complain, well, the people don't want to buy the fights. That's not a sellable fight. No, you're not a sellable promoter. You see, when I talked about this before and I said bad officiating, bad judging, and bad promoting, all of that stuff goes hand in hand. Cecilia Breaker's getting title shots because she's been in the game a long time. She's a consummate professional. She shows up to fight. What is this? What are they doing? I'm watching the replay on my monitor here in the backdrift. The guy that fought in the first fight, Corey McCulloch, he's walking to the ring. He looks like Marco Boxing, y'all. But he's from the UK. But I swear that guy looks like Marco. Like, Marco, what you doing over there in the UK, bro? He gonna get knocked out. Yeah. They got the same hairline and everything. I'm like, that's Marco, man. And catch him tomorrow night on Drew Titan. I'm gonna be like, hey, Marco, how's your trip to the UK? Yeah, boy. But yeah, overall, that was a pretty good fight between Terry Harper and Cecilia Breakers. It's just that nobody decided to take the fight. I consider that a lot like the fight that took place between Baumgardner when she fought Michaela Mayer. I felt that neither one of those ladies decided to step up and take the fight from one another. That could have been a draw, but they gave it to Baumgardner. But I actually scored it for Michaela, and they should have fought a rematch. They could have made a lot of money on that and everything, but they didn't. So that was another one of those missed opportunities in boxing. Hendog says that guy gave Eddie $1 billion and he can't even give the fights that the major hardcore fans want. That's because Eddie is trying to put a spin on things. He's trying to put himself in a position of controlling things. And it shouldn't be like that. He should just go out there and make some quality fights. The revenue will come. You make the quality fights, the people will buy them. But when you're trying to angle things and you disrespect people, calling it a transatlantic takeover and all of that kind of stuff, being insulting, man, people gonna kick you in your ass. That's what they're gonna do. Queen is laughing. You laughing, Queen, because I'm talking about Marco was out there in the UK moonlighting, trying to pick up them, boxing ducats. Going back a little bit in the card at middleweight, they had a fight between Kieran Conway and Linus Udofa. And let me tell you about that fight there, man. Both of those guys came to the ring looking like they really wanted to compete and do something, but there was a lot of posturing and everything. But apparently, Linus had an eye injury, and they stopped the fight, TKO in between rounds because his right eye was swelling shut. I never saw the punch that landed that put him in that type of jeopardy, but go figure, man. But it was one of those fights where I gave Kieran a couple of rounds. I gave Linus a couple of rounds, but it didn't go the distance. So there you have it. Yeah, Shawa, that eye swelled up very fast. It swelled up so fast by the time when I noticed that the eye was swelling, it was in the 5th round. And in the 6th round, it was like, sometimes that happens when a guy gets thumbed in the eye too. Thumbed eyes swell very fast. More than just getting punched in the eye. A thumbed eye will swell very fast, because I think what happens is it's the tear duct that flows under the eye that is injured, and it becomes inflamed, and it's hard to do away with that. It's something that can't be helped. If y'all remember Bam Rodriguez, his brother fought that fight a few years ago. When his eye swelled shut, it was from a thumb. And it wasn't like he got punched in the eye, but it's like, man, when that happens, you can almost rest assured that a fighter will get stopped on a eye injury. Unless they call it a thumbing to the eye. Then it becomes like a no decision or something. So tonight, you guys, you got on Showtime, you got the replay, I think, of the Canelo versus Charlo fight, and also the final epilogue for the All Access for those two guys. And then later we've got the Zurdo Ramirez against Joe Smith Jr. card coming back on Dazn. And there will be a post-fight show after that talking about that fight. But I do believe one more fight I wanted to talk about that was on this card was a featherweight fight where Hopi Price took on Conor Coghill. Now, Conor Coghill came into that fight and he really tried to take the fight to Hopi. This was a good matchup. It was a back and forth battle. Hopi wasn't expecting Coghill to jump on him like he did. But man, as they got into the later portions of the fight, like in the 6th round, Hopi put Coghill down on the canvas. And that was a pretty surprising moment, because he caught, Hopi is a southpaw as well, and he caught Coghill coming in. He was in the triangle backing up, and Coghill was coming in as aggressive, and Hopi caught him with the right left combo, the same punch combo that knocked out Josh Warrington, and he put Conor Coghill on the canvas. I was like, uh-oh, he got him. And it's like, what was interesting was that it was the same combo that Leigh Wood later would stop Josh Warrington with. How do you go figure that? It was like, but it was a beautiful, well-timed combination. But Coghill wasn't hurt to the degree that Warrington was. And he got up and he started fighting back. But from that point on, Hopi appeared to be in control of the fight. And he ended up stopping Coghill in the 12th round. But he dropped him again in the 11th. Had him on the canvas again, pummeled him pretty good. And you could pretty much see the fight was out of Coghill at that point, But very good fight. Very good fight. And salute to Hopi Price for pulling it out in the 12th. He went the distance, but didn't go the distance. So I enjoyed watching that one. That was a good fight. Very good fight. Queen says, it's later for Charlo and Canelo. Not interested. I feel you, and I think a lot of other people feel you on that as well, These guys have got to get their stuff together if they want people to tune in. I agree. But yeah, let me get ready to lock this down, because I think that at this point, we'll come back later after the other fights play out. It's always good to have you guys come out and show support like you did. You know what I mean? It's what it's all about. Doing our boxing talk here. Before I sign us off, I want to take a moment out to give homage to my brother Focus Ball.
Get ready to take your striking game to the next level with the Focus Ball. Dramatically improved footwork, timing, head movement, hand-eye coordination, reflex, and overall fight IQ. It's lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere. When you don't have a coach to do mitt work, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a heavy bag to hit, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a sparring partner, get yourself a Focus Ball. And when you just want to have fun punching and kicking, get a Focus Ball. When you train with the Focus Ball, you train your eyes and your brain to read punches so that you can hit and not get hit, making this very simple device a must-have for all combat sports athletes and enthusiasts alike. So if you want to take your striking game to the next level, don't wait. Get the Focus Ball now.
Yeah, and so we come to the end of another post-fight show, and we're going to get ready to come back for part 2 after the Ramirez and Joe Smith battle. But just know that we're doing what we do because we enjoy it, man. And when you guys come out and show that type of proper support, we feel more enthused about coming out to bring more to you. So just know that we'll be back. And Shawa, thank you for encouraging people to hit the like button, because that's what it's all about here. It says that we have over 150 folks who have watched the show, but I don't even have at least 100 thumbs up. I should have at least a minimum of 100 thumbs up, because I was out here providing some content, and there's a lot of people out there that is looking for content. So, but it is what it is. We're going to catch you guys later this evening. Enjoy the fights. Peace, blessings, and love to you all. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. And we'll catch you guys next one. Yeah.
as good as any white man.